First at 6 o'clock and live on the Channel 3 streaming news app, the state's reopening plans top the headlines for this Thursday, April 30th, 2020.
I think we have a good sense that we're going to get through this safely over the next few months, starting May 20th.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dennis House. Governor Lamont is giving the green light for the state to slowly begin a reopening process in just about 3 weeks if the numbers keep declining. And let's look at where we stand today. There are now 27,700 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in our state since the outbreak began. 2,257 members of our communities have died from it. There are currently 1,650 people in the hospital, and that is 41 fewer than yesterday. That is the 8th straight day of declines. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is here now to break down how those declines will impact the state's plans to reopen. So Matthew, how much of the state will actually be getting back to normal on May 20th? We're getting a lot of questions about what's open and what's not.
Yeah, we are, Dennis. And, a lot of state is going to be getting back to normal. This is phase one, though. So not everybody back to work at once, but this is what can reopen on May 20th. Now, let's take a look at this. Restaurants with outdoor space, they'll be allowed to reopen. No outdoor bars, though. The remaining non-essential retail stores, they'll be back. Offices, but the state is advising to continue to work from home if possible. Hair and nail salons, they'll be back. So will museums, zoos, and additional outdoor recreations. We're also going to have university research programs open back up. And again, this is what's getting the green light to reopen on May 20th. It's ultimately going to be up to each business to decide if they want to reopen, but they are free to do so on the 20th if they'd like. But in order for all of this to happen, we're going to need to have 14 straight days of declines in hospitalizations. We need to have a good supply of protective gear, and right now we are on the right track. But if we falter on any of these points, the May 20th date could be pushed back.
If there's a resurgence in New York City, if there's a resurgence in Boston, all of a sudden we see this virus has taken on a second life, you're right, we are going to recalibrate. Right now, all indications are we can do what we said we were going to do on May 20th.
All right, so what we covered, that is just phase one right now. There are 4 phases, and we did get questions about churches. We got questions about casinos and gyms, things like that. That could be part of later phases, and each additional phase is going to take at minimum 4 weeks. So let's say we're at phase 1, May 20th. Phase 2 would be June 20th, and so on. That is the latest live above the newsroom. Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 News.